I'm telling you, man. Robots are the future. You gotta get on this. The future is robots. Welcome back to Quiet Questers. We're back to more grit and diggle and grinding.
Think about the possible future where if you have bad eyes, you just get rid of them and put robot eyes in.
Heck yeah, dude. Cyberpunk 2077. They knew what's up.
They knew what's up. That's why they had. I can't say that yet.
Yeah, you gotta wait another 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I heard that game made a comeback.
There's like an anime that people are watching. The game is still. I don't know. The game's probably like mediocre at best now.
I don't know. I heard that they came out with some really good DLC and that they started. Are we a minute in? No, they started picking their stuff up. Oh, man.
I don't know, man. I was never hyped for that game, even from like the start when they were like, yeah, look at all this stuff that's gonna be in it. I smelt the like smoke way before. You know, I was like, nah, I don't know.
They were definitely promising way too much. I got it.
Kept promising so much, and then they're like, yeah, look at the check out the cock slider, and I was like, oh man, you guys are really
I remember the cock slider.
They like started advertising the cock and titty sliders, and I was like,
hell yeah,
I can tell already this is the end.
It was, oh man, that's why we played it. It was all for the sliders.
But they were like doing it in a serious way, weren't they? Like, whereas the only other game I know that has a cock and titty sliders is Saints Row like 3, which is a comedy game, basically.
None of Saints Row can be taken seriously. That's the whole shtick. It's a joke.
You literally can't take it seriously.
Gosh, which one was it? There was one of them that was free that we played the shit out of. Do you remember? It was on the PS4, but I only got Cyberpunk because someone gave it to me for Christmas. I was like, okay.
Oh, nice.
Well, I guess I'm gonna play it now. And I remember it was so glitchy that I would start using the glitches to my advantage. Like, if you ran too fast, people wouldn't spawn. So you could run fast enough that you would see like the name tags above where the people would be, and you could kill them before they could move. It was pretty good. So if I ever got in a place that was too hard for me, I'd just be like, okay, it's time to cheat. And I would just run away for like a minute and then run back in and be like, everyone's dead because no one can react. Yeah, it was pretty dumb.
Get on.
Should I just be blowing through days? Maybe I should do it that way. Just blow through days and try and focus on love. Let's do that. Instead of...
I'm loving them.
Loving every minute of it.
Yeah, you gotta water your plants.
When are we gonna... Did I not?
Well...
There's none on that side. It's just this side. I just have the one on that side. It's just the tree, and I thought I watered it.
I see.
It's just a tree. Not like it's anything important.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna make some more food, I think, maybe. Stockpile up on my food.
Maybe a little bit of food.
Because when you get a lot of food in your life, really, what else is there that you need?
Yeah.
I guess I could upgrade other things,
Oh,
too.
did you know they made a new Saints Row game?
No.
And
but
apparently it's
surprised.
really bad.
Aw. Oh, no, I need this. I need to not use my shrimp. That's right. Shrimp and swammin' I can't use.
I don't know. After like 4, I think they kind of just had nowhere to go. Like the new one's like a reboot, I think.
Huh.
And it's like...
Oh, we played... It was that one where
bad.
we were in like hell that we played that ended up being really fun and just stupid for like 4 hours, and then it was like, okay, we beat it.
Yeah, the problem is that was the one that was like bad as well, because like after the 4 hours of wacky whatever, like the rest of the game's like garbage. It's like the same.
But it's enjoyable for a solid 4 hours.
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't pay money for it, you know, that was fun. But like, imagine you paid money for it.
Who pays money for video games?
Exactly. That's
Not
right.
this
My boy's on the Pirate Bay.
Hell yeah. Man, someday I'll be rich enough to not have to pay for my video games.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's when you're in on the in. When you're in the in crowd. Jeez, I can make so many of these things and they're pretty good, but I want to challenge myself. I need a challenge. What's the most challenging weapon I can make? Let's get my weapon skills up.
Well, didn't you just learn a new, like, dual sword? Maybe that's
Yeah, but it
challenging?
sucked.
Oh.
30.
Not very
22.
challenging.
This one's a 46. This one's probably the best one I can make. That's not bad. Do not use my best one. Over here, picking out the best shit. It just gotta be a claw. We can use any old lame ass claw. Where are my claws at? There we go. That's a claw, right?
Claws at?
Oh no, it's a claw. Okay. See, that counts as a claw, and I got 6 of those. Gotta use my freaking rare ass shit.
Where are all the claws at?
Not in my DMs, but they should be.
Hey.
Oh man, I need me a sugar mommy.
That's the dream, isn't it?
Honestly, if I could meet someone that was in like their 90s and had
Dude,
like
call
a
me gold digger
fortune,
all you want, you know, that's what's up.
absolutely. Like, I'll go down on you for that sweet fortune when you die. No, not even a giggle out of that one.
I was just considering whether or not I should say I'll do it for free.
Oh no. Yeah, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
You gotta be a hot 90-year-old for that.
True.
Wait, is this one better?
That's
No,
that
okay.
cyberpunk future, you know.
Oh,
a
yes.
robo 90-year-old.
Well,
You're gonna be hot.
one of the
till you die.
characters is like 100 and something, and she's freaking fly, man.
Well, yeah. If none of you is real, then
That's creepy to think about. None of you being real. Do you
it
remember?
is freaky to think about, isn't it? Like none of your body being original human tissue anymore.
I remember we had this high school video that we were watching, and it was the coolest thing at the time for everyone except for us high school kids that realized it was stupid. But it was this guy that was super excited. He was like, I finally made an artificial heart. And give it a year and everyone's gonna be using it. And it shows the picture of the heart and it's fucking dripping. There's blood dripping from the heart, and everyone's just like, all the kids are like, ah.
I mean,
I don't
we
think that's a
actually have
good idea.
Artificial hearts these days? I thought?
Sort of, but they're not really viable, and
They're
they're
not, like-
hella expensive.
Yeah. No, you use them like during like heart surgery, right? Is what it is. They like have the big machine that pumps blood from.
Oh yeah, I mean we've got the big machines that you can hook up that'll
I mean,
pump,
that's
but not like an
artificial heart at the end of the the
yeah.
that's
No,
what
I was
it's
talking
doing
about
the
like an
heart job.
actual heart, like something that will replace a heart.
Well, they attach like pacemakers and shit to your heart, right? So that's like kind of
Yeah, it's
that's like
I mean, we're getting
loosely
there.
artificial.
our technologicals is
Yeah.
getting to the point. Our technotesticles.
Well, we're already getting to the point where we can like fix people who've lost arms by giving them robot arms and putting like chips in their brains so they can control them.
Yeah, I mean, what you can.
Or we're like in the testing phase of that or something, right? I don't know.
Probably. I mean, it's never. That's a long ways out before that is gonna hit mainstream.
Well, it's
but-
the Elon Musk thing, right? Like
Hey.
he's testing it or whatever, his like brain chip.
I love how many people go to him and are like, "Hey, so when are we gonna be on Mars?" And he's just like, "Stop being an idiot. Never. It's
Stupid.
not gonna happen. You can't live on Mars."
Take a lot to live on Mars.
Yeah. They're like, "Well, what about the moon?" I was like, "Just."
We'd have to like terraform it, right? Like and that's
Yeah,
like
it's-
that is like way out of our realm of capability.
Well, even with the theoretical of it, just seems so impossible because there's so much shit that go. What the? It's a giant ass piece of cheese.
It's a big piece of cheese.
There's just so much that goes into that we don't, the common folk don't really think much about. But
God,
it's like,
can you imagine one day the human race makes a Dyson sphere?
what the fuck is a
You know what
Dyson
Dyson
sphere?
sphere is? It's a big, enormous, like Death Star tier structure built around a star to harness its energy.
I've never heard of that. That sounds
It's like the
terrifying.
craziest theoretical invention
Lucas,
I've ever heard
stop
of.
that.
It's so cool.
Lucas, I have this for you. Yes, I know the weather is quite brisk. I don't.
Oh, I see.
Fucking take my stone!
What's
You
your
get
pro-
back
He's
here.
running
There
from
we
you.
go. I don't know. He had places to be, man. I
He's
think
afraid.
it's more realistic that we would build a livable spaceship than to live on the moon. 'Cause
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like we could make an artificial planet before we could live on the moon. I feel like.
Well, isn't like living on the moon like an artificial planet, but like
I
less?
guess.
You know what I mean?
I guess.
You okay?
It'd be you don't have to deal with all that other junk. Maybe. Who knows?
Also, wouldn't you have to like make an artificial planet from space? You know?
I don't know, man. What do I
There's
look
no-
like?
there's
A NASA person?
Do I look like a NASA?
Do I look like a fucking NASA over here? I'm not a space shuttle. My boy though, he's a helicopter.
I just can't think of a way to like make an artificial planet on Earth.
Well, you would make you'd have to
I guess
make
it'd be
it
the
in
same
space.
somewhere else. Yeah, you'd
But
have to
it'd be like shipping.
constructing it
You just
in
explode
space.
stuff into space. You know? Why don't we take all of the junk we already got spinning around up there?
That's right.
Honestly.
Repurpose it.
My heart.
That was like a-
so hungry, losing strength. Good.
I mean, that was like a real concern too. The junk out there. Like, if we ever did get space travel going to like different planets, is that it would become like this impenetrable field or something.
We've put so much shit in
Yeah.
space. It's like
Just like
it
an
is a
impenetrable field
landfill.
surrounding the
Yeah.
planet.
Oh no! Do you wanna hand out flowers? Pick up litter?
So anyways, folks.
Just let me know how I can help. Okay, we can maybe hold hands or something, or I don't know, hand out flowers maybe.
I mean, that was all the big prank. We all know that the world is flat. Easy.
Everyone knows the world is held up by a giant man.
Dude, I saw like I guess I saw a TikTok, I guess, is because I only saw the thumbnail and it was basically just like imagine believing NASA and thinking you're living on a floating rock in space or something, and the woman looks so satisfied with herself. I was like, guys, just keep living like that. Honestly, it's best.
No, dude, it's all the moon
Like,
moon landing
ignorance
is
is
real,
bliss,
but
right?
the
You know,
moon is
that's what
fake.
it is.
That's the truth of it, though. You gotta know the moon landing was the moon landing was real, but the moon itself is fake.
Wait, I actually don't know.
That's-
If the Earth
that's
is
fake.
flat, what do they think the moon is?
The moon is a taco. Miller.
I'd
Let
never
me-
thought about that before, actually.
I have no idea. It's just another flat thing. Let me stay like this just for a little while. But your heart. Snuggling with someone you care about makes your heart feel warm and full, right? It's the same for me, but literal. Really?
Yeah.
Well, okay, I guess it's fine. I guess we can cuddle then if it's for your heart. Thanks. Can you hear your heart? It's beating so fast. Oh, wrong person. I thought that was us. Much better. My heart is filled to the brim now. Thanks, Tusper. Yeah, you're welcome, babe. Next time, let me know. We can do some more.
She's so shy. Look.
Oh, cute. Oh boy, how my heart's out of control. That was hot. I don't
So
care
I
who
never,
you are. That was hot.
yeah, I just started thinking about it now, but like,
Oh, man.
if the Earth is flat and like the sun and moon immediately disprove the Earth being flat.
I would assume
Without
they also
science
think
at
it's
all.
flat.
Well, I don't know, because like it rotates around, right? It goes from east to west and all that.
Yeah, I think that flat
how would
earthers
that
still
make
believe
sense?
that it rotates, like that the moons and stuff still do that.
Yeah, well, if it rotates all around, then it can't be flat. Do you know what I mean? What I'm saying?
I think it still could. I think there would be an angle that you could get that off at, you know?
I don't know. I feel like it just immediately disproves it.
I don't know, man. They're
Well,
dedicated.
anyways,
Go talk to the
back
dedicated
to like
boys.
running around in the sunflower field.
If you're a flat earther, can you please tell us? Man, can you imagine if we had flat earther fans? Like, man, I'd want to kill them all. I can't even be friends with them. No, totally kidding. I fully believe that you can be friends with the most hateful of people as long as you just agree to disagree. You know?
Are you good, man?
I don't know what I'm doing right now. Stores aren't open. I don't know what to do. I gotta wait. I'm just I've given my love goodies to everyone. Well, it's like there was a documentary about this guy. I can't remember his name. Really cool dude, but he went around befriending members of the KKK. And as they got to know him, and he was a black fellow, so befriending them was, of course, risky and hard to do. But as he became friends with them,
I'm just like,
what? Can you not hear me? Oh no. Okay, I guess we're pausing the episode for a second. Hold on.
oh,
All right, we're back. We're still
Hey,
recording.
listen.
Discord went a little funky on us, so
it's a little strange. You know how it is.
my boy didn't know.
Anyways,
Yeah.
as my boy was saying, I don't know what he was saying.
So I was talking about this guy. He was a black guy, and there was a documentary done on him, and he went out to befriend people from the KKK. And as he befriended them and they got to know him, they're like, oh, hey, maybe people of color aren't awful people, and they quit the KKK, basically. But it started because I was like, can you imagine being friends with people that are flat earthers?
Well,
It's like-
yeah, I mean, it's just like, I don't know, I think it comes from like this idea that you can't trust the government is like the root of it, right?
Flat earthers?
Yeah, because like
I don't know.
they think that scientists all work for the government, but they don't.
Boy, am I tired.
Huh.
So they don't trust science because they think they work for the government, because they don't trust the government, and then it becomes like this whole thing,
I have no idea.
and it's just like hard to convince, you know?
Yeah. But I had a whole conversation thinking that you were listening, and just as you were responding, being like, are you there? I thought you were like joking around. So I didn't realize you couldn't.
I
So
couldn't hear you at all.
yeah, it was just like, no, it's I could be friends with just about anyone, just as long as you're not a mean person. You can
Yeah.
have hateful ideas.
Yeah, because I think that's why the people who are flat earthers, they always like call people who aren't sheep, right? Because they think
Oh, that would make sense.
it's like it's a distrust of the government that extends to scientists and all that. So,
Hey man, as long as I'm alive and happy, what does it fucking matter?
yeah, live and let live, all that.
I am such a hippie.
I mean, like, they're not hurting me.
Hammer. I learned how to forge a hammer and an axe. Cool.
I mean, I guess you
So
could say
nice.
they're hurting others who fall for it, but also like,
Steal
I don't know,
eggs.
flat
Well-
earthing is like the least harmful thing you can fall for, you know what I mean? Like, what's it truly changing about you?
I think it really depends on what you do with that knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna go fight people in government because you believe that they're all lying to you and stuff, then yeah, it's probably a problem. But if you're just gonna talk to your friend and tell your friend, hey, the government's full of shit and they're feeding you plastic, then whatever.
they're feeding you plastic.
I mean, we are being fed so much plastic. We
Yeah.
have so much microplastic in us. It
I'm not
disgusts me to think about it. But what are you gonna do, man?
What are you gonna do about it?
Not be made out of plastic? Come on.
That's
that's
right.
the
That's
dream.
basic. Honestly, at this point,
I
the
mean,
human
look,
race,
Monkey
we are
D.
plastic.
Luffy.
You know what I mean? Like, we
He
are the
made it
plastic
good.
people.
I am the plastic man.
We're
Oh,
slowly all becoming Monkey D. Luffy.
Hell yeah, man! I can't wait. We are all I was trying to think of the Eggman song from the
Dude,
Beatles.
I wonder how much, if you downloaded like every episode of One Piece, how much data that would.
God, way too much.
What do you think? You think that breaks a terabyte?
Absolutely. There's no
Hmm.
way it doesn't. They're over 1,000 episodes now, aren't they?
I think so.
I remember stopping at like episode 600 or something, and that was too much. Where am I? What can I make that won't break my budget? I might be able to force this one out. Let's see if I can force this one. Nope, couldn't do it. Well, time for bed.
All right, I'm going to sleep.
All right, it's nighttime. See you later, guys.
Give me the old college try. I'm out of here.
It's. I mean, that's essentially what you do in this game when you're grinding. You spend like 2 in-game hours out in the field and doing stuff, and then you go back to bed. And that's the grind, man.
That's the grind.
I gotta be able to make a good weapon or to upgrade spells, and that's the only way I'm gonna be getting this shiz done, man. You know what? I had the weirdest urge the other day. I had the urge to go back and play more We Happy Few. And I was like, where did this come from? I fucking hated that game.
Getting the nostalgia, dude.
It was something like that. I don't know what it was, but is that enough? Was that not 9?
I don't know. I mean, like, before Elden Ring came out, I went back and played Dark Souls 2.
Ugh.
You know?
Here's
And it wasn't as bad as I remember, but it still wasn't like
well, we still had a blast
nearly
playing
as good
it.
as 1, you know? It was I don't think it's definitely not a bad game. It's just not a good game. It's like really average is what I'd put it at.
Hey man, all I remember is that was one of the ones that we got to play almost entirely through together, and it was a blast.
Yeah, until like the final boss where our soul memory didn't sync up because soul memory is a terrible mechanic, so we had to fight that solo.
That was funny. Good times, man. But you know what? This might not be everyone's opinion, or not the favorite opinion out there, but I think that Bloodborne is better than Elden Ring.
No, dude, Bloodborne's like the best one easy.
It's hands
so
down.
good.
I think that the mechanics in that one and just the fighting system and everything about it just came through so well. And I think that I really enjoyed Elden Ring, but Elden Ring had a lot of things about it that made me not want to play it over again. So I finally beat it, and I have 100% every Souls game. But once I beat Elden Ring, I was just kind of like, you know.
Honestly,
I'm
you know,
done.
who really decides what 100% is? Some would say all the achievements. Some
Yeah.
would say picking up every item in the game. I'd say all the achievements is good enough for me.
Yeah, to get all the achievements though, I would have had to play
Yeah, you
the
have to
game a
beat it
couple
3
times, and I
times.
was like, you know what? I had the opportunity to get every single ending. I just didn't. You can only do one at a time, so.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Good enough. I ended up going with Ronnie's ending, and I was like, this was kind of disappointing. I read about this really cool concept that somebody had about the connection between the Souls series, Bloodborne, and Elden Ring. And basically it broke down to Ronnie's ending being the beginning of Bloodborne. I was like, you know what? That's really cool, and that kind of tracks a little bit. Just a little bit. It's a bit of a stretch,
You know,
but it's still pretty cool.
It's always a stretch when it comes to Souls games, you know?
Oh man, the theories are always like, it could be.
Honestly, what a genius way to do story for a game, and that is to just basically ignore the story and just make the game and like put little loose like crackhead threads throughout the entire game.
Bunch of snidbits so you think you
Yeah.
know the story, but
So
the
you
creator
think there's a
themselves
story,
doesn't even
but
know the story.
Yeah, there's not really a story, but he like kind of, you know, he sprinkles in the lore everywhere. It's like, okay, there could be a story. Why don't you guys make it? You know what I mean?
The best part is when the interviews that they've had with the director, and he's always so sly with it. They're like,
Yeah,
so do you
no,
want
he
to talk about the
knows what
story?
he's
And he's like, you know, the story. It's really what you make it. And it gives that like artist aspect to it, so
Yeah,
he
no,
never
it's-
gives anything
It's
away.
it's a truly genius way to develop a game, honestly.
But I do have
Is
to
to
say,
just make the game part really good and then just throw a little story in there like every once in a while, you know?
there are some aspects of story that are really concrete. Like Radahn's is pretty concrete in there, and he is the coolest character
Yeah,
that the
Radahn is
Soul
sick.
series have ever made. I mean, he's using his own power to fucking keep the stars from falling. And on top of that, he uses his own power to
He's
stay
not
with his
even, like-
horse.
He's not even like even really alive anymore when you fight him. He's like basically dead.
He's straight up dead from the Scarlet Rot. He's floating above his horse so that he can still be with his horse because his horse is his best friend.
Radahn is
It's
sick.
so funny.
Anyways, next time I
Yeah, next time we play Quest, we'll see what this pan situation is all about. Freaking pans. Freaking best weapon in game.